Johnny, were you saying we could start the meeting right now?
Yeah, Wesley, yep. If you can take the lead and get it started, yep, I'll be there soon, and so will Martha.
Okay, let me just pull up the agenda on my computer. Okay, so we're starting off with the interviews. Is Craig Wiseman here?
Yes,
Shep?
I'm here. Yes.
Hey, Craig, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So, you're seeking reappointment for the HVAC board,
Mm-hmm.
and so me and the other council members were just gonna ask you a couple of questions, which you're probably used to from the first time when you
Yeah.
were appointed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll go first. Why would you like to seek reappointment for the HVAC board?
I don't really know why. No, I just I'm involved in a lot of other things in the county, with like BCTC, the apprenticeship program and stuff like that. So I just like to make sure that that everybody's doing things up to code, and that we're that the city is protecting themselves from from any other types of just bad work, so to speak. I want to make sure that inspectors are doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay. And what skills do you have to be on this board?
I have a master's license in HVAC from the city of Reading. I also have a national master's license. I've taught. I have my own business, Comfort Pro, and I've taught many times at BCTC in the evening to adult ed. I've also taught HVAC back in the late 90s at RAC. So I think I'm pretty well qualified.
Okay. Johnny, do you have any questions?
So based on what you've observed or what you may or may not know about HVAC, what do you think are some of our strengths and what are the areas we should be improving?
Well, I think that making sure that we're following the code to the T, the mechanical code, the whatever code that the city has adopted, the date that they'd adopted, I'm not sure. I think it's 2015 or it could be even even newer. But I think that's important to stick to the code, and that way everybody is treated equally, and there's no favoritism with any of the inspectors. Just strictly by the book and making sure things are installed properly, because we deal with some dangerous things. We deal with natural gas, we deal with high pressure steam, we deal with high pressure water. So we got to make sure that we're doing our job properly. Plus also carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a big killer in older systems. Does that answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. It just I'm hoping that that's what we're doing, that we're holding everyone to the same standards and expectations, and that we're not Thank
Sorry,
you for sharing that.
I didn't catch that last part.
I said I hope that is what HVAC boards and other boards are doing, that we're holding every exact same standard, making sure that we're always in. So thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
any expectations you may have? Like what is your goal maybe the next 6 months while you're serving on this board?
Well, my goal is, number one is, as I heard through the grapevine that Kim Brodigan is retiring. I don't know that for sure, but I heard it through one of the other committees that I'm in, that he's supposedly finished the end of the year. My goal is to make sure that whoever is coming in to replace him, or if there isn't anybody coming in to replace him, that the same standards are upheld, or even better than what Kim was doing. I think that we should have had more committee meetings than what we had. Pretty much the only time we had committee meetings was if Kim needed for us, the committee, to look at some of the new applications that were coming in for people to take the test. And I think that we should meet, at least once a quarter. And we weren't even meeting, and obviously COVID was an issue too, but I think we should be at least, even if we're meeting like this, once a quarter, I think is a good thing, for us to do. Because there's, it's forever changing, our trades are forever changing.
And do you find that everyone applies the codes the exact same way, or is that left to interpretation? I always ask this because I know, and this is separate, but I've noticed, like, with property maintenance inspectors, like, there's a code book that they follow, but oftentimes, depending on who reads it, they have a variation of what they understand. So I was just curious.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you say that, but it is true that there isn't, it's still up to the inspector's interpretation. There is different, what I should say is there's different, there's a book that goes along with all the code books that we use, and it's supposed to give you the explanation in there and the actual code enforcement's interpretation of it. The word for it is failing me right now. I can't think of the name of it. But yeah, and then sometimes we do, have some discussions. I wouldn't call them arguments, because you're not going to argue with an inspector, but discussion is sometimes what is your interpretation of this code, and what is our interpretation as contractors, and then what is the right fit for it, like what is exactly what they're saying. But for the most part, I've always noticed that that the city inspectors are, at least on HVAC side, are very much to the code. And sometimes I know Kim would try and he'd read the code sometimes, and he was reading in an instruction booklet. Sometimes you'll have different, some of them are for Canada and some of them are for the United States as far as the furnaces installed. And oftentimes, we would kid back and forth, like, Kim, you're not reading the Canada version again, are you? And he wasn't, but so yeah, I mean, he was always pretty much by the book, which is good, because that way it's fair for everybody. Every contractor coming in gets the same treatment, and that's what we need to uphold.
So all the questions you have, John?
Yes.
Okay. I have one more question, Craig, before we finish.
Sure.
That is, are there any issues that the city could assist with the HVAC board?
I would say, yeah. Let's have a better structure for meetings, and a better structure for record keeping, and a better structure for topics. I don't know. It just seemed like it kind of like fell apart. And I don't know why. Like I said, some of it could be COVID, or we weren't allowed to get together for a long period of time. And then it just seemed to fall apart. And maybe maybe Kim was just too busy, or, I don't know. But I think, and then we also lost a couple of our committee members too. Jeff George was one of our committee members, and he passed away around a year ago. And so he was an instrumental part to our committee. And we're trying to get some more members too. And I don't know who's supposed to do that, like who's in charge of getting more members in our committee. In fact, I don't even know who is listed on our committee, except for I think Chad Milligan, and there's another one, I can't remember his name. I know Jeff George was, but he passed. And then I think there was a Dale from Altemp was on there. I'm sure you guys have a list.
Well, it sounds like, Craig, we'll be able to count on you to keep these meetings consistent, and that,
Mhm.
your suggestions
Absolutely.
get implemented. And I know
Yeah.
Shelly just mentioned that she will be reaching out to some residents that are licensed that could potentially serve on this board, so she'll help with recruitment efforts. But,
Okay.
it's a shared responsibility. So as many folks
Yeah.
as we know that meet the criteria and that
Mhm.
have the time, we should invite.
Sure.
And thank you, for your interest and wanting to continue to serve on this board. We appreciate
Sure.
your dedication.
No problem. I don't even know how long I've been on it. It's been a while.
Oh, goodness.
Shelley's checking.
Is she?
Since 2011.
Yeah.
So you got some years.
Okay. Yeah, my dad was on it prior to that. So he wanted me to get involved with it. So I kind of took over when he got off. So
Nice.
they accepted me into the club, so to speak, I guess.
And are you gonna pass it? Do you have a son?
I don't have any children in the business, no.
Oh, okay.
But I'd be more than happy to pass it. My nephew works here. I'd be more than happy to, to pass it on to him once I get out of here. But yeah, I mean, it's something that I think every not obviously every HVAC company can't be involved with it. We'd have the room filled with, people. But, I think that some of the companies or the people that rise to the top should be involved, so.
Great.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Wesley, you
You're
have more
welcome.
questions, Wes?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I just want
Oh,
to thank Craig for serving.
sure, no problem.
Craig, do you have any questions for us?
No, not all. No, not right now. Nope.
All right, great. Well,
Alrighty.
thank you for recommitting to this.
Sure.
This will be on our agenda Monday, the 19th.
Okay.
and
What does
we'll
that
be
mean?
voting on it.
What does that mean?
Oh, so city council will vote on your reappointment.
Oh, okay.
So, stay tuned, tune in, either
All right.
social media or BCTV, so
Okay.
you can find out the results.
Oh, cool. All righty. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right.
And thank you for your time.
You bet. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You bet.
And then we have Salvador Sepulveda.
And he's not on yet.
Okay, and we
Neither
have,
is Sandy.
okay. So we have, well, we'll give Salvador a minute, right? Because it's almost 4:15.
Yeah.
How you doing, Wes? And everyone else, Dolores, Fred, B.
Ready for Christmas. How about you?
What?
I'm not ready for Christmas as of yet.
No,
Gosh,
not
it's
either.
going too fast.
I'm not gonna have any time.
Having yet?
No, that's a reminder for me. that
Oh,
The next meeting is starting.
oh, he's in the waiting room.
Yeah, he just popped in.
Okay, good. Perfect timing. He's connecting. So we have the next one on Wednesday, okay? And you're doing a great job, so you can take the lead. I will follow.
Okay, so it's Salvador Sepulveda here?
Yes.
He's
Just-
not here.
just-
I'm here.
Hi, Salvador. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. So see, you are seeking reappointment for the library board. And
Correct.
just like the first time you were seeking for an appointment. Us council members are going to ask you a series of questions and just give us the answers to the best of your ability, and we will make a decision whether we reappoint you or not. Sounds fair?
Sounds good.
Okay. Let me just pull up my question sheet. All right, first question. What is the purpose? I'm sorry. Are you able to regularly attend meetings?
Yes.
And what committees do you serve on?
Personnel and facilities.
And are there any issues that the city can assist with the board right now?
No.
Jahani?
Sure. Hi. So I see you're a principal.
Correct.
Nice. Why do you want to continue serving on the Reading Public Library Board?
I really enjoy it. My kids here at my school, I'm a Tyson Shaner down the street from the library. My kids regularly visit the library after school. We also have a partnership with the library where the kids from here do field trips over there during the day and during summer school. So because of that connection, I like to be part of the board.
That's great. I'm sure it's a lovely partnership that you both have with the library. What would you like to do different coming back around to serve on the library board? Is there any areas you see that need to be improved that you'd like to contribute to improving?
I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I'm in the personnel committee and in the facilities committee because of my job, my 9-to-5 job. I've been a principal for about 13 years, and I'm always hiring. I'm always hiring and evaluating staff and teachers. And I'm also on the facilities because of, I manage this facility here. So that's why I'm part of those two committees. But as far as your question was about changes for the
Yeah, any areas that need to improve and how you, if reappointed or when reappointed, would like to work on?
Well, I've never served as an officer. If I get back on, I would be interested in seeking officer position on the board.
And what are some of your goals, like for the Reading Public Library, in that capacity, if you were to become an officer?
Well, I mean, the library is a wonderful service for the community. I mean, I like to see membership increase. I like to see more people visiting the library. I like to see it kind of like a hub for kids and for people to come in and use the facilities and have it be a safe place where people know they can go in there and they can collaborate, or they can research, or they can just have fun. Yeah.
How do you see an increase in parental involvement, more parent participation with their children going to the library?
Well, there's parental involvement with the lower age kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's the higher age, the older kids where you start seeing the parental involvement go down. And a lot of times that has to do with, as they get older and they don't want their parents around. They want to do things more independently. But the little kids always want their parents to go with them to the library. And even here at school, if we have something fun, the kids are always the ones who bring the parents with them.
Okay. How do you see, what kind of ideas do you have to increase attendance and membership?
I think what we do in school, if you have fun activities, a lot of times the kids are the ones who are going to bring the parents with them. I know we always have food that doesn't hurt, but something fun that the students can work on you know, it could be, I mean, I'm not sure, but that's some ideas that can be thrown around for different things that can be done to attract the kids. But I mean, a lot of times the kids are looking for things to do. So I think the more activities, the more programs we can have in the library to have the kids involved, especially after school. That's the way to go.
Wesley, questions?
Are you Winton's son?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
yeah. And I know your wife. Like as soon as I saw your last name, I was like, I know your family very well. So
We all work for the Reading School District. All of us.
yeah. But if that's it for both me and Jahani, I believe the next regular meeting, that's when we will we'll be voting on your reappointment. And you can tune in BCTV or on our Facebook Live to watch that. All right.
Okay.
Thanks again for being interested and serving on the board again. And thank you for serving as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for your interest to stay committed. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I enjoy it very much. I've been in a lot of different boards, and the library board is the most fun I've ever been.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love.
You have a lot of fun fundraisers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you, Sal. You don't have anything for us, right? Before
No.
we depart? Okay, well, thank you for the work
Thank you
that
so
you
much.
did as
Glad to
school
see you. Have a Merry
principal. We'll
Christmas.
see you soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Happy holidays. All right.
You too.
All right, next one is Sandy. We're on time. We're on a go.
I was hoping since they were reappointments.
On a roll. We're on a roll. Yeah, cool. Yeah, they're all reappointments.
Yep. I did that on purpose. Especially after they scheduled a special meeting.
Oh, yeah. Because we're back to back. I see the other meeting got rescheduled. so.
Mhm.
And you said Sandy is here?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything we need to cover
No, I left this one.
while we're waiting for Sandy?
I left this one really light. and
Yeah,
just-
good. Thank you. And then Sandy's been on for how many years? On the auditing committee?
Since 2019.
Okay. We have to fill in all these other vacancies for all these other boards. For this one especially. Any ideas, Wesley, as to, I don't know if you're willing to take on this challenge of helping fill in the Citizens Initiative Commission?
Like, how do we get people?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think it's one per council district and 3 at large. So
Yeah.
far, we
No,
have 4 covered.
We had mentioned before that the youth commissioners that like age out, that they would join the board. I don't know if that ever happened.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, and if anything, I've heard the youth commissioners having conversations about expanding the age of the youth commission and breaking it up. Like the younger age is one group and then the older age is another group, which, I mean, if you think about it, maybe that could potentially, right, serve
Yeah,
as,
yeah, I encourage the ones who are
the
aging
Citizens
out.
Commission.
So far, the only one who's aged out is Wesley's brother, and I understand he's relocated out of the area.
Yeah.
So we have 2, I believe it's 2 this summer that will age out, and I'm definitely going to encourage them to apply for the Citizens Advisory or the Citizens Initiative.
And what would the Citizens Commission do? Like, what would be the purpose of that?
It's similar to the Youth Commission, only it's adult.
Oh.
What concerns residents have? What do they think the city should be addressing? Improvements that can be made, that same kind of.
Okay.
When you think about it, like it's a nice way of people to be more civically engaged, right? So if they
Mhm.
fill out in the youth commission and kind of like promote, and then you never know, maybe they run for city council, I
Yeah.
mean, or serve in other boards, right? So. And get that community organizing and
Yeah.
encouraging them to be more involved and
Right.
active.
It's a good way for residents to feel
Mhm.
like they have their voice heard,
Mhm.
especially when there are big issues that are happening in their neighborhoods.
I think the ones that come in for public comment, like we should be telling them to join.
I agree, yeah. It's a good recommendation. So they can help us problem solve.
Yeah.
And then, oh, well, she still has like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we still have, are we still waiting for some of these appointments to?
Yeah, all the ones that, well, they're yellow on my file, but all the ones that are kind of shaded
Okay.
are in the mayor's office. Some of the ones towards the bottom, I'm still in the background process
Okay.
with, but there's a number of them over there.
And then I keep the Dolores Centenares, do you have that pack? Or do you have this agenda that states the ones that are pending that might still be in the mayor's office? I don't know if you can revisit that at some point.
Hi, yep, I actually just took some over to Shelley the other day, so he has 3 that he's working on like right
Okay.
now. So, yeah.
Okay, excellent,
As far
thank
as
you.
I know, there's only 3, right, Shelley?
Let me take a look real quick.
If I'm not mistaken.
One. Two. 3. Correct, there's 3, and then I have some more that I'm working on that you'll be getting.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm current with those 3, so I'll get those over.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of us,
Yeah,
getting on the
once I get
schedule.
them back, then it's up to me to
Okay.
get them on the schedule. I'm anticipating, the next meeting would be the Tuesday after our New Year's holiday. So are you available on that Tuesday? Wes, especially, I know you
Yeah,
will
I
not
won't
be
be
here.
here.
So what date is that? that the-
It's Tuesday, the 3rd, I believe, of January.
Um,
Take a look at my calendar.
uh,
The city hall's closed on the 2nd.
I know I have a game that Wednesday, so I'll probably have practice. Yeah, that would be tough for me to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just skip that one then.
Yeah.
But I do have, there are 3 candidates for 2 positions on the same board, so I'm trying to schedule them all on the same day. And then the other ones I'm fitting in around them, but I will skip January 3rd. Oh, here's Sam.
Hey, Wes, you're on.
I forget, she's still connecting. There we go.
Okay. Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
I'm wounded,
Oh, no.
but there's nothing wrong with my mouth, so
There we go.
That's all you need, right? Yeah. All right, Sandy. So this is is this for reappointment? Reappointment, yes. So just like the first time you were seeking appointment for the audit committee, you'll be asked questions again for seeking reappointment. All right.
that's fine.
All right. So my first question is, what has the audit committee done well and what could be improved upon?
I think it's gonna really be thought provoking, huh? It's not gonna be like, do you live in the city of Reading? Yes, okay, goodbye. What did the audit committee do well? I think the very fact that it was reinvented this year is probably a very positive thing. That was by your auditor. Herbine's doing a fine job. I'm very familiar with Chris Hertel. And I totally agree with his recommendations that he makes really seriously. He's doing a good job.
Okay.
That's all I
and-
have to say.
All right, that's fine. My second question is, are there any issues that the city could assist with?
No,
And my last question is, what types of issues or complaints has the committee handled? And how were they resolved? You can just give me an example of one and how it was resolved.
well, I know that with Mike Oppenheimer, which PS we gave you from the county. I just want you to know that Michael came from our department and I sacrificed him for you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. He's a great accountant. In fact, which has nothing to do with the audit committee. He did a lot in getting stuff straightened out in there. So that's my answer. I think the audit committee is doing fine. And I think by statute, many things happen. And then there's good souls like you guys that all agree to serve. And then we all get together once, whatever time we get together, quarter. And we all listen to Chris expound on I think if anything surprised me, because the city of Reading gets such negative publicity all the time financially. I was surprised at how good a shape the city was in, to tell you the truth. Which is fine. I'm okay with
It's probably because we have a great audit committee, right?
Oh, honey, you learned to play the game real quickly, didn't you? Oh, do you have any more questions for me?
If I may, Wes, go ahead, Wes. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead, Johnny, I'm done.
Oh, no, well, first, thank you for being committed to serve, but I'm just curious, why do you want to continue to serve?
Because I'm taking one for the team.
Great answer.
I talked to our audit committee and I said to our audit staff, we have, in the controllers department, we have an audit side and an accounting side. I said to the guys, all right, I'm gonna take this one for the team. When the next one comes up, you guys are taking it. They're like, okay. Why do I continue to serve? Because I'm such a good citizen.
Thank you. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome. Why do you continue to serve? Because you have no choice. This is being,
I guess.
this is being recorded, isn't it?
Yes.
The true personality of the controller comes out.
There you go. It's always
Oh,
welcomed. Always welcomed.
That's why I get reelected. I'm not very politically correct.
You're a
You wanna
true,
ask me
you're a
anything
real
else?
individual. That's good. You're a true person.
Yes, I am an individual. Anything else you guys want to ask me?
Do you have questions for us?
No, I want to make sure I get out of here in time to go to Salutes and Sinking Spring by 5:30 for dinner.
Okay, well, let's get you out of here quick then. Anything, Wes, on your end?
No,
All right.
the next regular meeting will be voting on your reappointment, so just tune in.
Be still my heart. Let me know if I pass.
All right.
And thank you for
We
your
will.
service.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You guys have a good day.
You too. Have a good night. Happy holidays.
You're delightful.
Happy
Bye-bye
holidays.
now.
Bye-bye. Okay, that concludes. Look at that.
Yep, that's
On
all.
time, 4:35 is excellent. Wes, are you joining us virtually this evening or are you coming in?
Virtually.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we will see you all later then, in a few. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.